Everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 40 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Playing Stoneblock, and about to go into a dungeon, a blood magic-y dungeon. I'm setting up the ritual of Pathway to the Endless Realm, which, if I'm correct, I should have no problem opening with my million-ish LP that I've got. Now, to be fair, I used a bunch of slates in order to make this ritual, so it's currently refilling them. But, you know, automation is cool. Hey, look at that. Sweet. That is cool. All right, off we go. So my goal for today's episode is, let's get our Pharaoh Flare Lanterns here. How great is it that I can access my AE system or Refined Storage System from literally anywhere? I mean, that is cool. That is just the coolest. But I want to explore this dungeon today. I mean, we've done this before. You guys have seen the dungeon exploration stuff, so we don't necessarily need to do the whole thing. But what I'll at least do is a little bit on camera, most of it off. And when we come, what our goal is to find Hellfire, or Demonite. Yeah, Demonite, that's what we're looking for. So that we can smelt that into Hellforged ingots. So you can either silk touch it, and looking at it, the best chance for silk touch is you can triple it. I'm hoping that my luckiest upgrade on my cobalt pickaxe will get me a little bit better of a chance. And I'm pretty sure I can take that raw demonite and throw it in an arc furnace with the proper stuff, and I might be able to get, let's see, I'll get demonite fragments that can then turn into sand that can then be smelted. So I'll definitely double it. And there's a 25% chance I'll get a third. So I'm hoping that this is probably the best way to go when you've got luckiest on your, tool. So some kind of fortune-y type dude. So I've got my 2 iron keys. Now my goal is to basically, and we saw this in my Let's Play, so we should have a pretty good remembrance of how this works. But the gist is we want to explore the dungeon. Every time I right-click on one of these dudes with a key, it'll jump into the next room. It'll generate the room and everything. So what we want to do is keep progressing until we find, we have to find a spatial distortion and rare keys such as the Foreman's Key. And once I find the Foreman's Key, I'll be able to get into the mines, and that's where I'll find Demonite ore. So just as this, right? We do that. Maybe I should get my, this dude ready. Probably don't need this at the moment. Cool. And I can joints. How cool is that? Right, not too shabby. And then while I'm in here, somebody has a lot of health, right? What I could do is get ready to make sure I can tick accelerate. And then obviously I'm going to get a lot of junk, so I should keep my inventory relatively sorted so I can easily clear it out. But if I tick accelerate the Feral Flare, that should help out with stuff, right? Now remember, you can also tick accelerate the spawners, so be careful with that. Now I'm taking damage. I mean, I'm obviously healing very quickly, but last episode it felt like I wasn't taking any damage. Okay, not too shabby. So I should be cool now, and then what we're effectively looking for is, hey, is that demon ore? That shouldn't be there, should it? That's nice. I mean, that's cool, right? Take that. Oh, there's a demon crystallizer in here. Look at this. This is cool. So I got some will. Some saturated tau that I'll absolutely wouldn't mind putting away. I'll take these demons. I don't think I need to do any will stuff, but it'll save me crafting them later in the event that I do. This is cool. Did not expect this. Hellforged sand, that will get me what I need. So that's a big deal. Saturated tau. Cool. Some more demon will stuff. Now this is the demonite. So I got 3 from mining that. So that's not bad. That's right. I updated the pack, so I probably got some configs reset. So you, and that should be all fine. I don't think I need much else. Sweet. That's a lot of demonite. That actually might be enough to do what I want to do. Do I have sea lantern stuff back home? I don't know. Probably. But hey, that might be enough. That might be quite enough, actually. I'm surprised. I did not expect to find that right away, but it's a pleasant surprise. So let's pop out of here and see if we can make this work. So then what we want to do is I've got my demonite and then the hellforged sand. So the demonite what I can do, I clicked on the word crafting, which is making it look up all the crafting recipes. Probably crashing the game. It's like, that's a lot of recipes to look up, Direwolf. Why'd you click on that word? Dum-diddy-dum-dum-dum. Thinking. Game might be locked up. There we go. All right, so the raw demonite can go and become an arc recipe with explosive powder. I think that's... I don't think it matters. So I think I can just do the regular explosive powder and we'll be fine. So that's 2 gunpowder and a coal dust. Okay. Two gunpowder and a coal dust. We don't have coal dust in here, do we? Probably not. I'm assuming that I can crushing wheel that, right? Guess we'll find out. Seems like it worked. Just in case I need more of you. Yeah, I don't think I need the fancy powder. It looks like the powder really only just is more durability and more... yeah, speed, right? Because, yeah. And we only need 64 uses of it. So that should be cool. So if we look at this, it's in an arc furnace, right? So we take this out, we put this in, and we put this in there, and then that's about it. And then if we're impatient, we just do that. Cool. Now the demonite fragments can be resonatored. Crystal resonator. Ooh, we need a demon wool crystal for that, do we? Okay, I can make one of those. Because in order to get that, we need the things that we just talked about and just stole from the thing. We need a demon will crucible and a demon will crystallizer. So the crucible, I think, is what breaks it down. So let's turn you off for a sec. Let's make sure we're inside of a specific chunk. I guess this is the chunk we can live in. What we'll do... What do I want to do it like maybe back here-ish? It doesn't super matter. Let's put it in this chunk over here. Does that work? Yeah. So the crucible and then the crystallizer, right? And the crucible, I think, accepts demon will. Actually, we already have a couple will crystals. I must have gotten them from somewhere. Did I get them in the dungeons just now? So we'll hold off on that. Let's hold off on that. I think I can make this work. So if I wanted that, what I want to do is take you, and what we want is a crystal resonator. Does anything say... Ooh, hang on. Increases chance of additional outputs times 2. But this doesn't have additional outputs, so I don't think it matters. So it won't... So that, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Crystal resonator. Just copper, stone, and demon will. Just for funds, though, what would the other tier of resonator be? Reinforced is aluminum tau oil. Hellforged resonator, I assume, requires, yeah, Hellforged ingots. So I guess what I'll do is just the reinforced one, just because it'll be easy enough to get amethyst, aluminum, and tau oil. Tau oil being 3 tau fruit and a bone meal. We'll see if a magician's blood orb is sufficient. It is. Good. I may have to make another one of those. Probably will, to be honest with you. And then an aluminum ingot. And an amethyst crystal, right? Oh, minimum 1,200. Never mind. That actually also needs a minimum of 1200. That's what this can hold all together, though, right? So if I got a little bit more will going on, I could make this happen. Let's go make that happen. I'm gonna kill some dudes off camera real quick. Just turn this off, and we'll be right back. So this is actually 1024 is what it can hold. So I need the greater Tardic Gem to make this happen. So that's going to be a demonic slate, a will crystal, and a weak blood shard. Many of those things I don't have. If I have some more saturated tau, so I should be able to make the weak blood shard. What I do is just put this in here now. And that's all there is to it, right? And hey, look at that, repairs. Nice. That's cool. I like that. All right. So that'll get me the weak blood shard I need. This goes in here. And then I needed a demonic slate and a crystal. So I think I had a few well crystals. You know, I have some of these. Let's get this one because it looks like it'll accept any. And then now's a good time for me to come over here and make sure that you've got, let's say, slate. We're going to want, let's make it 16 for now. Is that cool? That shouldn't be too much of a problem. And now you just craft manually the rest of the way, the slow way. But that's all right, because I'm not there. And now you craft. You can go away for the time being. We'll get a new one of you. And then I'll be right back after I fill this up some more, up to at least 1200-ish. All right, I think we're cool now. So we can go back here. We can put these guys in and this. Nice. Perfect. And that'll get me my resonator, which will plop in there with you guys, and then you'll start cooking, and we can speed that bad boy up. And you're going to have 256 uses, which is good because we actually have more than 64. Okay, great. Now to make this, we're going to need some kind of cutting fluid. Now, there's not an additional output, so I assume basic cutting fluid should be enough. And that's probably what we'll do just because. So this will just be a water sigil. Coal dust, sugar, gunpowder, redstone. Coal dust, sugar, gunpowder, redstone. Good thing I made that coal dust. Not that it was hard to get more, but I don't have any sugar cane or sugar in there? Come on, dude. Coal dust, sugar, redstone, gunpowder. Did I have a water sigil? No, but I'm assuming I can get one pretty easily. Water reagent, which is 2 buckets of water and a sugar. So I'll get 2 buckets of water and a sugar, and it was this guy, right? So I should have my Evertide amulet. Okay, so that would be you two. Cool. Speed that up, would you? Thanks. And then the arcane ashes, which might have been gone in here. So you and the water sigil was a blank slate. You know, somebody said when you tick accelerate the arcane ashes, it's making more than one batch of things. I think we just confirmed that that was accurate. And then we needed plant oil, right? Plant oil, which is an alchemy table of 3 plants. And a bone meal. Okay. So that would be you guys. That would be you. Oh, good. I get my water sigil back. Even better. Okay. Now you can all come out. You can get repaired. You're going to get 64 uses out of you. But remember, I can repair him. So what I'll probably do is make sure he gets repaired a little bit and then put him back in. That'll get me my 64. And then the Hellforged sand just needs to be smelted. Now, we only need 4 blocks of it, and we're going to get a stack from this. So what I'm going to do is, you know, let this thing give me my stack, and then we're good, right? We shouldn't need any more. And we've got a bunch more of the gravel that we can turn into sand after we let this repair in my inventory. Cool? Because he's got 1 or 2 more durability than he's going to need right now. Perfect. And then we take the sand. We can go smelt it over here. And then we can take our Hellforged ingots and make them into a few blocks. Cool. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, I should be good to replace this with this, and we should have a tier 5 altar now. Truth in that statement? Find out. Yes, tier 5 altar. Nice. So now we're going to want to get the rune of capacity, or yeah, capacity runes. So let's get this. Let's get this. Do we have any more runes? We have a few. So what I'm going to do is exchange or gadget you guys, and we'll see how many this gets us, right? So that's 13. So capacity runes is this. I'm probably going to need a bunch more buckets. And then I need like a dozen of these. It's imbued, right? Perfect. And then we can, boom, to that. And now your capacity is what, 56k? You know what? That's really close. Because didn't we math that it was like, was it 58 that we needed? Because it's 30 and 15, that's 20, 23. So 53, right? Is what I need. And I've got 56. I'll call that good. So let me set you to be 55, which will take a minute because some mod is messing with my UI. I'm going to need a new mouse after that. Whew, it's brutal. Maybe I should invert that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, 55. So now you won't let items go in there until we have 55, you know, buckets worth of LP. You're already making your demon slates, so that's actually cool. What I'm going to do is speed that up a little bit. Okay, so I'll get you back up to, what I have in there, 32 or 64? I guess 32, right. And now you should put the orb back in once we hit 16. See? And then our orb will fill back up. And now what I want to do is change you to have tier 5 slates. And we'll say 8 of them. And now you're going to make tier 5 slates. Do what now? Oh, I probably left you at 64, didn't I? I did. I'll make you 16. So if you happen to get an extra couple, that's okay, right? So now you're going to make the tier 5 slates. Beautiful. But then he's not going to allow an item to go back in until he has enough life essence. See, once we have enough LP, then we're good. That's cool. And how are my witches doing? Are they dying in there? Not yet. They're okay. Sweet, right? All right, cool. Now I should be able to take 3 ethereal slates, because that's what I need. And it should be cool, right? All right. So let's do this. Let's get a few more runes of sacrifice. So I'm just going to swap you real quick. I think I've got 3, so I'm going to want 10 more, at least. And I might need a better orb. Let's get another tier 4 orb, which was what? Yeah, I can do that. And if I do this right, if I don't bind it to me, it'll work with the shift click in the thing. So if I got saturated tau and I made you have this guy. Oh, maybe you didn't have 40K yet. Or did, actually, did that work? Might have worked. It did work. Cool. It was just enough. Okay, so Ruins of Sacrifice. What should happen, so if I click this, he'll pull in now, because he's not bound to anybody. The fact that it was bind to me is what makes the thing not work right. So Ruins of Sacrifice, I need a reinforced slate. So I need 10 more of those. And that'll get me the 13 that I need. And then I can do this. And that'll fill up my altar that much better, right? Cool. So remember, quick note, when it's not a tier 5 altar, those runes back there aren't working, so they're only at 30. So yeah, that's probably why my orb was weird. Not a problem, though. Sweet. So it fills up pretty quick without a tick accelerator, right? I wouldn't mind more acceleration runes at this point. So let's do this. Or speed runes, actually, my bad. There we go. All right, everybody's going to behave themselves now. So I'll be for faster crafting and for faster production of LP, right? I could probably do 13 more of this one, and then we'd probably be in good shape. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just finish up the altar. Not a bad idea. So Ruins of Sacrifice. And we want 13 of these, right? Not imbued. Reinforced. Perfect. Okay. And that should fill up the altar that much faster, yes? Cool. Yeah, see how much faster it's filling up now? And then it should keep up with all the acceleration runes that I put into it. We'll see. And we can always do this, too, if we want. So that'll quickly get me more blank slates. And if I wanted to, I could totally put a watch on a pedestal near this thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's 100% an option. Sweet. Everything's working according to plan. And then you should have plenty of this. Yeah, you're fine there. And then once this hits 8... we should be in pretty good shape, right? So you're going to take a minute to refill, but then once you do refill and you hit 55, you should be cool. Okay. And without the watch going, if I went a little bit lower, the watch would affect the ritual, and then we'd be in even better shape. Although the ritual may have killed all the witches. Yeah, it probably did, because I'm watching it. My bad. But I could watch this to speed it up. Oh yeah, I left you off, didn't I? My bad. Ah, chill out. And I should probably let you run again. Okay. So that should be a bunch more witches in there again. And now we should be in really good shape for making tier 5 runes. I'm just curious without tick accelerating if we run constantly. I'm suspecting we might. I guess we'll find out. So that's tier 3. We're now making tier 4. We're now making tier 5. How quickly does it drain? Not bad. We probably have a little bit of a net loss going on there, but it doesn't take long to get back to the point where it's ready to go again. So I would call that good. So now I can take my slates. I can put them in the final slot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... It's a mess. A lot of mess, that's what it is. Is this where everything's going into? Or what's going on here? Why do you have all this junk in here, Ender Chest? I don't even know. What I'll probably want is another interface. Feels weird having to have one for just one more item, but the situation we find ourselves in. You and you can go away. That all looks good. You can go here again. You can go there. Put that away. Just cleaning up inventory. Don't mind a me. I shouldn't need this no more, so I'll put him away. Okay. Interface is ready. Okay, so you're going to keep 3 demonic slates in stock, which is now good. And then, just like on the down, where we have extracts, on this side, we're going to have an extract. Let's do... Not that I think we'll ever need this speed for those, but just in case we decide something else needs to be in here, I'll do it. Okay. And that should be cool. Now, those ethereal slates shouldn't be going anywhere. Does this stuff really belong here? Like, is this how it's working? Are you making these here, or what? I don't even know. I don't remember how I set this up. I feel like I set this up like a million years ago. Yeah, I don't think they really belonged in there, those things. But whatever. Yeah, see, all those things are EMCable. Yeah, they didn't belong in there. They must have gotten there by mistake. So then over here, you're going to insert on white with a filter of demonic ethereal slates on the up, which means you should get an ethereal slate singularity, and then you can extract on orange. And that's the final slate singularity. How cool is that? All right, we did it. I did it. I did it. We're cruising. Now, the only other thing we might do is, you know, take these ethereal slates and get them out of here, right? Now, my concern is if I'm constantly consuming the ethereal slates, technically, eventually, I'll run out of LP, right? The other thing I can do is get my tier 5 orb, which will make my LP last longer, at least. That needs, I can make one of those. No, Hellfire, Forge, Block. One of these dudes will make the tier 5 orb. How much LP do I need for that, though? 80,000 LP. I mean, that's doable. It'll drain, but it'll also produce fast enough, right? We've got enough buffer that, yes, we have a net loss, but we'll still make it work. That works for me. See? Boom. Easy peasy. Bind it to me, and then we just upgrade this and upgrade this. Now if I put this in here, he should do the thing. Cool. And then what he'll do is fill it up and give me that much more LP buffer. And then in the event that I need some ethereal slates, he'll make more for me. Cool. I like it. It's feeling pretty good. And then this will be a test that everything works. Now all I have to do is just, you know, keep in stock this into the refined storage system or something. Or I could put it in the ender chest if I wanted to as well. That wouldn't be a terrible idea either. But overall, that should work. I want one more so I have an even divisible by 3. So that's an easy way to automate that. You know, we could either do it with the chest or just throw it into the refined storage. Doesn't matter. But boom, we do that, and then you should be at 4. Correct. Look at that. Cool. Awesome. Everything is working. All right, so I've now got all the singularities. It feels like a long time ago that we started this process, but we do have them all now. So now my ethereal singularities can make the infinity catalyst. Okay, so let's review. We've got all the singularities. This has an EMC value. This has an EMC value. We've got plenty of neutron stuff. Record fragments have an EMC value, so that shouldn't be too hard. We have 0 records? That makes no sense. I have to have a record somewhere. How do I not have any records? I can get a Hellforged record. That's kind of cool. Actually, there we go. Music discs. That's what they're called. So record fragments, I can EMC-able that, right? So we've got those covered. Endist Pearl, does this have an EMC value? It does not. So we want to automate. Let's go through our list of things that we're going to need to automate going forward now. So we've got everything here. So in order to make the infinity catalyst, which is what we're after, we're done with our singularities. We need the Endist Pearl automated. We need the ultimate stew automated. Hopefully, a lot of this doesn't have EMC. Some does, some doesn't. So we're going to have to automate some of these foods. And then the cosmic meatballs, which most things have EMC, except the neutronium nugget. But that's fine, because it's only a nugget. So the ultimate stew is probably the next thing we're going to have to really work on. This should be relatively easy to automate, because most of this is EMC-able. And we have a lot of neutronium, I would imagine, after this has been running for so long. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Are you full? I don't even know. Is this considered full? I have no idea. $42.5 million piles of neutrons. 1.6k out of 524k. Yeah, I added a couple netherite upgrades to this guy, so they're all running. So that's good. Cool. And you are tick accelerating, so you're great. All right, so let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We'll look into automating the stew and the meatballs and the Endist Pearl. And then we'll be able to start automating the infinity catalyst, right? Now, remember, to automate most of these things, we have to use this guy. Okay? So we're going to have to see how well this kind of crafter handles multiple crafts. It may or may not be a good time. And then we'll figure out where we go from there. For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.